You know, man, I've said this before. Um, Women kind of, not all, but women kind of just want the best for you. And it's hard to understand because we're so caught up in the fact that, you know, the bad experiences that we've had with women kind of correspond to a lot of the things that a lot of the attributes that they portray, and we like to make a lot of assumptions that, you know, all these attributes are due to the kind of women that we're choosing, or maybe, and this is kind of just like generalized, but maybe it's just all women. Maybe all women are just mean to me. Maybe all women just want nothing to do with me. Maybe all women just, you know, cheat on me or get rid of me. Like, we always assume that we are the good guy, or that we are displaying the right attributes, or that we are doing the right things, kind of unconsciously, because we get away with saying that she's crazy, or she's this, or she's that, labeling them as someone who is not fit enough for our love, let's say, so we will say something like that, and then we say something like, but maybe I wasn't very kind, or maybe I wasn't very nice to her in this moment, and that, you know, built up to, you know, the ending of the relationship. And you want to know something that we really need to understand is women aren't concerned. Women aren't concerned with what you do. They're not concerned very much with what you say. In fact, there's a lot of forgiveness in what you say if you do it right. They are not concerned with how much money you have. They're not concerned with if you're walking with your left foot forward instead of your right foot forward. You know what I'm saying? They're not concerned about the circumstances as much as they're concerned about who you are, right? They're concerned about, they want the little things to matter. They want you to come off as confident in every way. They want you to come off as completely and fully decision oriented. They want you to make decisions. They want you to, you know, dress nice when in the right context. You know, they want you to be good at things inherently. They just want their idea of you to fit, or their idea of a perfect man, or a good man, or a confident man to fit you. That's what they want. And this is why I say they want the best for you, because it's a good indicator, right? If you have what you believe to be, you know, a woman who is not just, I mean, there's women out there that can just be hysterical, not to degrade anybody, but like, there are girls out there that can just be hard to deal with, right? And that may be for a number of reasons, but let's say you have a good one. You know, it's a good indicator, right, when she starts to get upset with you, or you know, there's a lot of things that build up, right, and she starts to kind of treat you like you're lower value, or like there's not much respect, you know. The reason why I say it's a good indicator is because when we're on retention, these kinds of women, these high quality, like I said, not trying to degrade anybody, but higher quality women, they don't want to do that. They don't feel very good degrading a man that they respect. They don't feel very good not respecting a man that they want to be with. They don't feel good doing that. Women are very intuitively making decisions when it comes to their relationships with men. They're not really making those decisions 100% based on logical analysis. So when they just want things to flow very naturally, and naturally when you're in a drained state, a non-retained, drained state, women are going to present you with that sort of mentality, and that corresponds with a particular attitude, talking back, not treating you right, not giving you your due feeling of confidence when you do feel confident, not respecting what you say, not respecting who you are. And you could probably, when we're talking about retention, we also talk about the law of attraction and how that can associate to other things in life. So when we are retained, not only do our relationships with women go up, but like also, or what I mean by go up is they get better and maybe higher frequency, maybe, who knows. But also at the same time, like other things in life, like maybe your career, your job gets a little bit harder. But the reason why I say a woman is a good indicator is because a woman treats you very naturally. And that is the reason why they want the best for you. We got to start thinking when we're on. Sorry, I don't want to speak for you guys. Not we. Just when you start to get on a long-term streak of retention, you begin to understand that with this stuff, man, women are the ones who are kind of the judges of the show. I mean, maybe you can find other things, but when you're in a relationship with a woman, let's say you're in an actual dating relationship with a woman, and you relapse one night, right, after being on a long-term streak, you're going to notice what's happening. Like, you're going to notice the difference, the change in intention, the change in not only yourself, but the entire mood of the relationship and the situations that you find yourself in. You're going to notice it because, because life works in this way. When you're in a more retained state, there's a lot of different things that happen. But also, when you're in a drained state, these women, since it affects like your value, it affects your focus, it affects who you are as a human being. These women judge you as such, and they can feel it. It's not something that's like, it can be described in like actions, because a lot of men manipulate this stuff all the time. Like, don't get me wrong, I know it. But at the same time, it's more just about how they feel around you, man. Like, it's more just about the energy that is in your body from retaining or from doing other things, but the energy that is in your body, and they're just feeding off of it and they want it, right? And then when you engage with that stuff and you become drained, they treat you as such. But they're also much more direct. Like, if the best possible scenario for myself is if I could just get a woman that is direct with me, right? You just want a woman that is direct, because not in an abrasive way, but one that doesn't hide her feelings, because then you really know what the scenario of the situation really looks like. But the way that we get those girls is by hopping on retention. 30 days in, you're going to notice a lot of changes happening, not only in yourself, like I said, but also in the people around you, the girls that are around you, the frequency of attraction, as well as the level of attraction. And for all those guys out there that are on retention, maybe watching this and trying to understand a little bit more about just what the streak does, the longer you go, the higher quality of woman that you attract. I just want to reassure any dudes out there, if you are, 30, 60, I don't know how far, like, I don't know the difference between, like, let's say 100 and 200 days, because I've never really made it up there. But if you are going, like, longer than 60 days, you will attract very high quality women. They will be very attractive. They'll be the kinds of women that you wish you always got the ability to be with, and you'll be well off. But you really need to be smart. I want to tell you really quick, it can go very south very quickly. And it can go south because you think that you are due this opportunity. You think that, these women, are supposed to be giving you some sort of respect. This respect is due to you, to what is going on. It is due to the fact that you are literally just abstaining. Okay? So in your abstinence, you find power. In your power, you find this woman. It is not in this woman that you find power. Okay? Do not get that shit twisted, like for real. You need to be honest with yourself when you go into these situations and say, if you attract a high quality woman, do you genuinely want to be with her? If she's very attractive, right? The kind of woman that you wouldn't normally get to be with. Just ask yourself, is this someone I really want to be with? And do I really want to break a streak just because this attractive woman is sitting in front of me? I know everyone's kind of got to go through their own motion with this sort of thing, but it's a question that is well worth asking. I mean, it gets hard, but you want to always have your respect above your desires. Your desires should never go over your self-respect. You should always respect yourself the highest. And if you do that, I'm telling you, you're going to find a really high quality woman, and you're going to get yourself a good woman to be with. And that is, in my opinion, a dub. And probably one of the biggest things that most young men are dealing with when it comes to problems in life, they just feel as if like their needs cannot be satisfied. And if you're an attractive man that can attract an attractive woman, it's kind of a tongue twister, but if you are, right, most of your needs are met. I mean, you're probably going to be successful. You're probably going to have a lot of things in your wheelhouse, and that's a good thing. And as we know on retention, all things are kind of taken care of when we go long term, as well as female attraction. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Hopefully I reassured any guys out there. Hopefully I showed you guys a little bit more into what it looks like and how I think about women while on retention. And, I know it's hard. I know it gets hard, but I'm telling you, man, keep yourself up. Do not let that streak go. Long-term retention is the way. You found it once, you'll find it again. And if any of you are dealing with pornography addictions, sexual sin addictions, intimacy addictions, or disorders, I highly recommend that you all join a SLAA group, an in-person group, number one. Or if that doesn't help, or if that's not something that's super accessible to you, then join some online communities. There's retention groups in Reddit, Discords for guys on retention, talking about all sorts of different stuff, different YouTube videos here on YouTube with some dudes who have gone pretty long term, giving their insights onto how they can get through this and how you can too. And yeah, so there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of opportunity out there for someone who has never done it before, has no support whatsoever. And yeah, man, stay strong. Realize that women are not the only pursuit in this journey. Like, the biggest pursuit of this journey is the journey, is to see what God has in store for you. I mean, there's so much resting at your fingertips with something like this. And when we throw that down the trash can, or in this case, on a napkin, right, or on a whatever, or in a wherever, we become stupid. We become silly individuals. We become people that cannot talk properly. We become people who are not good to be around. And that cannot be you, man. I'm telling you, that cannot be you. You were made for so much more than that. That literally cannot be you. And so I guess what my goal is just to spread awareness. So if you love the goal and you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. Helps the channel grow. Every subscriber that I get, I see my baseline views go up, and that's such a good thing because I'm getting some genuine feedback from you guys to make better videos, better content, and better outreach. So subscribe. If you like the video, please like it. If you have any questions for me, put them down in the comments. I promise I will respond. If you have any insights or video ideas, also throw those down in the comments. I try to upload on this channel at least once a week. I've been getting a little bit better. The frequency has been going up. We're almost at 100 subs, so let's go. And I appreciate all y'all for watching and being good men. Have a good day.